Playing on a Minecraft Forever world means you have no shortage of time to work on big projects and expand your world into something truly special. The issue many players run into along the way is figuring out what exactly they should build to achieve this goal and keep them interested and engaged in their one long-term Minecraft world. As once you run out of the staple builds necessary for every Minecraft world, such as a house, a farm, a storage room, somewhere to store your animals, just the basics, it can be really hard for many players to actually know what they want to build next. I've already discussed some builds that I think are perfect additions for every Forever world in previous videos, but it's been a little while, and since I've come up with a few more ideas I think would get most players pretty excited to hop back onto their world again. So I'm gonna go over even more builds you need in your Minecraft Forever world. Unlike the last two videos, the builds I'm gonna mention today place a bit more of a focus on new aspects of the game to keep things fun and fresh while also helping you improve your building skills. And before I get started, just like in the previous videos, I also want to clarify that I myself haven't even gotten around to building some of these ideas in my own world, and in the case of this video, a lot of the ideas I'm going to mention are builds I have on the slate of what to build next, but I haven't actually gotten to do yet. Every build I'm going to mention are builds I really want to make in my own world, whether it's in the next month or in the next year. With that being said, let's get into some of these builds. The first three ideas I'm going to mention in this video are what I like to call recreational builds. What this means is that these builds, once completed, are meant to be fun areas where you can spend time and play around in, with the build serving as almost like a third space in your world. If you don't know what a third space is, a third space refers to places people go to for the purpose of just hanging out and building community. This often includes spaces like parks and cafes. Now let's apply this logic to Minecraft. As I always mention in my videos, it's important to make your Minecraft world a fun place to simply just spend time in. The first recreational build I want to bring to your attention is builds designed for sports. Now that the Sulfur Cube is officially in the game, the potential to build actual functioning sports games is crazy. Just like Mojang showcased in their original Sulfur Cube reveal, you can now build things like soccer fields, volleyball courts, hockey rinks, a basketball court, or something larger like an entire golf course and make it fully functional. On the opposite side of the spectrum, you could also do something really small too, like shuffleboard. Sulfur Cubes bring the ability to actually play sports in Minecraft, and whether your world is single player or shared with friends, a build like this makes the perfect addition for having a good time in your world. And sometimes all you want to do is spend time in your world without having to worry about working on your next big project. And if you're somebody who's really into this idea, you can make a bunch of different fields or courts for different games and then connect them all together to make something like a country club or a sports center. And on a similar note, another recreational build you need in your world, which follows an extremely similar format to the sports build, is an amusement park utilizing the capabilities of the Sulfur Cube. I have mentioned building an amusement park in previous videos, but there's literally no better time than now to make one, as the potential for what's possible has been greatly expanded with the Sulfur Cube. Whether you want to use the Sulfur Cube to make a drop tank with villagers, or a game where you have to shoot the Sulfur Cube through different hoops for points, or something completely unique to your own world and mind, there are now more possibilities than ever. The literal purpose of the Sulfur Cube is to create fun new minigames, and the perfect place to put those minigames would be in an amusement park. So whether you already have an amusement park in your world and are looking to upgrade it, or you want to start an amusement park completely themed around the Sulfur Cube, or you simply just want to build a few select minigames using the Sulfur Cube, creating fun ways to utilize this new mob is just another great example of recreational builds for your Minecraft world, and with the release of the Chaos Cube drop, I simply couldn't not mention it. Now, the third and final recreational build I'm going to mention in this video is related to the Copper Golem. I've actually alluded to this build a bunch in previous videos, but I've never fully covered it, and that is a bar run completely by Copper Golems. I currently have a little tiki bar in my world, but it doesn't feel like a fun space to spend time in due to me playing on a single player world. Making a bar that actually has life in it with moving entities and activity can make it feel like you're not the only living thing in the world, and you can do this simply by using Copper Golems. I saw a TikTok video a long time ago showcasing a bar run completely by Copper Golems, which basically had the golems sorting different bottles to make them appear as if they were bartenders. They would move around carrying bottles and really sold the idea that they were serving drinks, and while the bar itself would be run by Copper Golems, you could also place villagers and iron golems inside to act as other customers just hanging around the world, helping to really bring the build to life. This is a build I've wanted to make for so long, but somehow just haven't gotten around to, and a bar is really the perfect example of a third space, and if done properly, it could become the perfect place for you to simply hang out in your Minecraft world whenever you don't feel like working on anything too involved. Now, the next build I want to mention is an idea that recently came to mind while I was on stream mining out a Badlands biome for a future project. See, as I was mining the Badlands, I was collecting a ton of terracotta, and despite already having a storage building, I realized that unless I wanted 20 chests dedicated solely to terracotta, I would have to make another storage building just for all the blocks I was mining. While I haven't built it yet, as I'm currently still terraforming the area, having multiple different storage buildings centered around different types of blocks and placing them in different areas is a great way to not only ensure you have plenty of storage for all your materials, but it also provides you with a bunch of different build opportunities that encourage you to visit different parts of your world. You can spread these storage buildings out across your world so that whenever you need a large amount of a certain block, you're forced to travel to another area you otherwise might not visit very often. You can also theme the appearance of each storage building around whatever block category it's targeting to make both the building process and final build feel unique. You could have a storage building for all the different types of stone, a storage building for all your wood, another for natural blocks, and so on. And while having all these different storage buildings scattered throughout your world, you can still keep your original storage building that holds a little bit of everything for when you need smaller amounts of a material and don't feel like traveling all that far. I personally really like this idea because it provides you with a bunch of builds that actually serve a purpose while also making travel throughout your world feel a little bit more meaningful. The one thing I will say is that the idea is really more targeted towards players working on large-scale projects where they'll accumulate huge amounts of a single block or material, making it worthwhile to give that resource its own dedicated building. If you're still in the earlier days of your world, you'll most likely only need a single storage building. It would also be worthwhile for you to give this video a like. If you've enjoyed this video whatsoever so far, please do me the favor of subscribing as well so you never miss out on another video just like this one. It's completely free and helps the channel out a ton, so thank you. Another build I genuinely believe everyone needs to attempt at one point or another is their own custom biome. Whether the custom biome is simply your own version of a spruce forest with more detailed trees, or something completely made up like an enchanted forest, creating your own custom biome can help you improve your building skills tremendously. Building a custom biome means learning how to properly terraform, properly detail an environment, and create things like custom trees, all of which can be incredibly helpful when it comes to elevating your world's overall aesthetic, and these are skills that can carry over into almost every other project you work on. It's also just a really fun project. If there's a biome you've been wanting to see added to the game for a few years and Mojang just doesn't seem interested in adding it, you also have a little extra incentive to just build it yourself. And on the theme of building your own custom biome, another thing you should build within that biome is your own custom waterfall, utilizing the new sulfur geyser to create particles at the bottom of the waterfall that makes the water look like it's actually crashing down. I've always wanted to see Mojang add fully generated waterfalls into the game, similar to what was shown in the Bussy Bees trailer way back when, and while it doesn't seem likely that they'll ever add them, it's now easier than ever to create your own waterfalls that actually look good thanks to the sulfur geyser. There's not too much to say about this one, but I think it would be a really great addition to any world and is 100% going to add some awe factor to your landscape. The next build I want to mention isn't anything specific, but rather a method for helping you come up with build ideas, and that's to make builds centered around each new game drop as they release. This will give you at least one decent sized project to work on every 3 months if you're really desperate for ideas. For the Dappled Forest drop, you can make a cozy autumn themed village within the biome once it releases. For the Chaos Cube drop, you could build the sports center I mentioned earlier. For the Tiny Takeover drop, you could have made a giant animal nursery to collect all the baby mobs. I think you get the idea. It's a simple method for coming up with new builds, but it works and it'll likely keep you engaged because you'll naturally be more excited to work on a project that utilizes the game's newest features. And that brings me to the last build you need in your forever world, and it's simply an area for practicing. I think every long-term world can benefit from having a space like this. A lot of players focus heavily on the overall theme and aesthetic of an area, which is a good thing, but it can sometimes prevent you from experimenting. Having an area far away from your main builds that doesn't have a set theme or real purpose can help you develop your skills. In turn, those improved skills will allow you to make those areas that do have a theme and purpose look even better, as you've had the freedom to experiment and test out different styles without worrying about whether or not they're gonna fit with the current theme and aesthetic you have going on. Having a Minecraft forever world is a ton of fun, but figuring out what to build can prove quite difficult at times. Hopefully this video gave you some inspiration or ideas for your own projects that will keep you engaged and motivated to continue playing on that same singular forever world. But what do you guys think of these ideas? Do you have any of your own? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts, so leave any you have down in the comments below. Now guys, if you did enjoy this video or found it helpful in any way, do me the favor of leaving a like and subscribing so you never miss out on another video just like this one. It's also completely free and helps me out a ton, so thank you. I also now have a Twitch channel where I'll be streaming Minecraft in a variety of different games, so if you're interested, I'll leave a link down in the description below. Anyways guys, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.